New York City. So many things have been said about it, but there's only one I really like. New York. It can destroy you or fulfill you depending a good deal on luck. No one should come to New York unless he's willing to be lucky. And I got lucky. I had an apartment downtown, but home was City Hall. That's where it all began. The day started out like a lot of other days with some ceremonial function. The mayor of New York was given the key to the city to the governor of Tokyo.
In a Japanese tradition, he liked soup for breakfast. Fish soup. Well, my dad, hearing of this, offered to put it on the menu. But no, Mr. Hayatama said, who was a very gentle soul, by the way. No, it would be too much trouble. My dad replied, too much trouble is no customers.
The mayor, and he was the best mayor the city ever had, was my boss. And I was his deputy mayor. His right-hand man, or his boy, depending on who was talking about me. But in Brooklyn, something else was going on that was going to change everything.
Hey, how you doing, Eddie?
It started with a cop, Eddie Santos, the toughest detective in Brooklyn North. He was on his way to a meeting with Tino Zapati, a small-time drug dealer, whose only distinction was that he was nephew to Paul Zapati, a mafia boss. James Bone, a child on his way to school.
Watch your step.
Finally, Vinny Zapati, cousin to Tino, a rat Detective Eddie Santos had in his pocket.
All set?
Let's go.
It all happened on the corner of Broadway and Marcy in North Brooklyn.
Oh, boy, you ain't going out no playground today. No, it's raining too hard.
Oh, man.
Here comes our boy. Get out of the fucking car.
You said you weren't gonna fucking take him in.
Just want to have a little talk with him. Hey, turn him away from me.
Yo, Tino. Hey, how you doing? Tell me what's going on, son. I got some really good. You talk. Come here. What's wrong with you, man?
Hey, Tino.
Two men dedicated to their lives and their families, bridging the continents of Asia and Southern Europe as only they can be bridged here in this great city. Two men crossing two continents to meet in a third, as we have here today, the governor of Tokyo and the mayor of New York. Welcome to New York City, the sushi capital of the world. Welcome, enjoy. Sayonara.
We got a serious situation.
Hello, Mr. Mayor. Coming through. Step back, please. Step back. Coming through.
Mayor.
How's he doing?
Just coming out of surgery.
Coming through. Give a room. Get back all the way down. Watch it.
Where's the widow, Jerry?
She's not a widow yet, Mr. Deputy.
You'll introduce me.
Combat Cross, Medal for Merit, Honorable Mention, Department Medal of Honor.
Any kids?
2, 5, and 3, a boy and a girl. Wife's name is Elaine Santos.
Which one is she? Don't point.
In the red, the other's a sister. Mrs. Santos?
I'm John Pappas. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
If there's anything we can do, whatever.
Which one was the shooter?
They're both shooters, Mr. Deputy Mayor.
One's dead, one's almost.
Now, we know the dealer, Tino Zapati.
Zapati?
It's Paul's nephew.
Punk.
What happened?
We don't know yet. Detective Santos was signed out. That we know. But he carried no radio, wore no vest.
Any backup?
0.
Total breach of department policy.
What was the guy doing?
Taking a meeting with a convicted drug dealer, you got me. But it adds up to a dead kid, the dead nephew of the head of the Zapati family. Here's a guy headed for Attica on a 10 to 20, and he cops probation.
Probation. No jail time.
Probation's a sentence in New York these days, isn't it?
Which he skips out on 2 years later. We've been looking for him ever since.
The mayor's gonna want to step up for the wife.
I wouldn't do that if I were him.
And who are you again?
Internal Affairs.
Listen, we can bury Santos. And if it turns out he was dirty, well, good cop turns bad. Happens all the time.
Sure, we'll give him a full-dress funeral to boot.
Go back inside.
Who is she?
That's one of the lawyers for the Detectives Endowment Association. I guess you'll be representing Eddie Santos and his family.
Yeah?
Well, I was wondering when you were going to ask.
Well, now you don't have to wonder anymore.
See?
Stop. Shots clear. He's flat.
The city takes care of its own.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's all right. Good morning. I would like to welcome the Reverends Williams and Birch of the
You
Abyssinia.
got that probation report? It's in the office.
Reverend Spellman of
I'll be there in a
AME
minute. Let's go.
Zion, and my dear friend, Reverend Milton Parks of the First Church of Harlem, Reverend Chapman, and Reverend Murray. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming here today. I know it wasn't easy for you. Well, what can I say? How do I start this? There is one thing as mayor that I will never get over, and that is the death of a police officer. And there is one thing in life that I will never get over, and that is the death of an innocent child.
Mr. A,
How are you, Milton?
I'm as corny as Kansas in August. I'm as normal as blueberry pie. No more a smart little girl with no heart. I have found me a wonderful guy.
You know, speaking of blueberry pies, bring us a couple, Milton. You Alamo?
Oh, thank you. I don't want any pie.
Apple for him. And coffee, Milton. What's the matter?
You know what the matter is, Frank?
You look terrible. You ought to take a vacation.
I don't want a vacation. I got 18 years in, you know? I save up my time, I put in my hours, I'm eligible for pension in 6 months. I don't want any goddamn vacation.
Okay. So what is it?
Get the deputy mayor off my ass.
Shrimp boats?
Him, yeah.
And you couldn't handle him?
It was easy. That's what I'm saying. It was too easy.
Don't throw bouquets at me. Don't please my folks too much. Don't laugh at my jokes too much. People will say we're in love.
What the hell was that?
Well, Milton and I are great Rogers and Hammerstein fans. When you walk through a storm, keep your head up high, Larry.
It's not your signature on the probation report.
And watch your mouth.
That was quite a risk you took.
The guy was wrong.
But no, Mayor. I don't care if he is from New York. Tells off a cabinet member like that. He's your enemy for life. Secretary of Urban Development, that's the hand that feeds the cities.
Well, you know, Senator, they say a man's stature is determined by his enemies, not his friends.
Well, I also got you the cover of Time. That's true.
You're going national, Mayor Pappas.
People magazine next.
And that stature thing, who said that?
I believe I said that a minute ago. I was having an acute attack of self-importance. But now it's about to come to an end because here's the man to cut me down to size. Kevin, we missed you.
Sorry, folks, didn't mean to interrupt you. Hello, Senator.
Kevin's been busy today, I'll bet.
This must be Mrs. Marquand.
It's been quite a day for you, hasn't it?
Indeed. We don't want any stray bullets around Madison Square Garden.
Ignore the senator, Kevin. He likes to keep a little anchor to windward.
Don't we all? But in the meantime, shouldn't we return to the burning issue of the day, the convention?
We're going to turn the city upside down for you, sir. We're going to stage the right kind of convention.
What kind is that?
The kind that's going to get the president reelected. Where are you going to go? Second cities like Chicago, always resonating with memories of Hubert in '68. California, still the land of Jerry Brown and Tom Hayden, the sort of place that nominates a Walter Mondale. You could go to Miami, but Miami's Casablanca. We'll make you a winner. We got the city right here.
You're not a New Yorker, are you, Kevin?
Fairday, Louisiana, Huey Long country. Every man a king, but no one wears a crown.
I love this guy.
Thank you so much. Love to see you.
Don't open the door.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
Good to see you. Good night. Hey, Kevin, give me a call in the morning. I need some stuff for the New York Times. An editorial lauding our choice of Convention City.
Huh?
The president loves a good Times editorial.
You got it, Senator. Let me just assure
The
you.
vote's in, Kevin. We got the
understand.
convention. Now let these people catch their shuttle. I'm sure they're running late.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Mayor.
you so much, Senator. McNeil there, Friday night.
Tino Zapati's bullet killed the child. It wasn't the cop. That's it?
That's what passes for good news these days.
Well, I shall take it. And I saw Tino Zapati's probation report. Exemplary, but an odd thing.
What?
It's front-loaded.
With who?
With supervisory personnel. But it's signed off on by an honest judge, so.
Judge Walter Stern?
Yes.
Thank God.
I'm meeting Frank Anselmo for breakfast.
Good. Where?
Werner.
Werner's? The hangout at Borough Hall?
That's it.
Kevin, when you go to Brooklyn, you're Frank Anselmo's guest. Don't piss up his leg. Just get him off this infrastructure thing. Nothing wrong with it. Just unaffordable right now. Good work tonight.
Mrs. Marquand couldn't stop talking about the cover of Time, could she?
I think she collects them.
National Ink, the mother's milk of politics. So did I hear right, or did we get the convention?
It's not signed and sealed, but it is delivered. And you were the closer.
Well, I thought I had him with that Second City stuff.
Of course you did. You know why? It belongs here. New York City. This is the place.
Excuse me. All right, the story's coming up on the 10 o'clock news.
Confirmed the origin of
A little
the
slow.
bullet that earlier today took the life of an innocent 6-year-old boy who was on his way to school during an apparent police action. Police detective Eddie Santos.
They all over like a cheap suit.
It's gonna stick to us like one.
6-year-old James Bone on his way to school. Ballistics from the police lab now confirm the wayward bullet that killed the young boy came from Zapati's gun. Meanwhile, police here at the scene continue to investigate.
Hey, Mr. Zapati.
Michael.
Fine, Vinny. I want to have a little talk with him.
Yesterday, on the corner of Broadway and Marcy Street, gunfire suddenly broke out, claiming 6-year-old James Bone, along with 21-year-old Tino Zapati, a convicted felon on probation, and a 32-year-old police detective, Eddie Santos. The police commissioner has disclosed that an investigation is...
Good morning, Mrs. Santos. I'm Mary Beth Cogan. We met at the hospital.
Yeah.
Hello. And that's Randy and Maria there?
Yeah. These are my kids. Miss Coleman, please. Please.
I'm sorry to have to talk to you here.
It's all right.
You hear from anyone in the department today?
A couple of the guys.
Yeah, what did they say?
I called to pick up his things from the precinct. They told me his locker was sealed. But the captain came to see me. He was very nice.
Well, what captain?
Homicide South.
That's Eddie's commander. He's required to pay a call on the widow.
Is anything wrong?
Don't talk to anyone without checking with me first, okay?
Okay.
Reverend Chapman will introduce me. With one sentence.
And then what?
Get out of here.
And which way is that?
Side door.
No. Go on. Out the front.
Is that a good idea? Intel's out there now, and they say the people are not happy.
Sisters, brethren, the mayor of the city of New York, the Honorable John Pappas.
Thank you.
I was warned not to come here. I was warned. They warned me. Don't stand behind that coffin. But why should I heed such a warning? When a heartbeat is silent and the child lies dead. Don't stand behind this coffin. That boy was as pure and as innocent as the driven snow. But I must stand here because I have not given you what you should have. Until we can walk abroad and recreate ourselves, until we can stroll along the streets like boulevards, congregate in parks, free from fear, our families mingling, our children laughing, our hearts joined. Until that day, we have no city. You can label me a failure until that day. The first and perhaps only great mayor was Greek. He was Pericles of Athens, and he lived some 2,500 years ago, and he said, "All things good of this earth flow into the city because of the city's greatness." Well, we were great once. Can we not be great again? Now, I put that question to James Bone, and there's only silence.
Yet, could not something pass from this sweet youth to me? Could he not empower me to find in myself the strength, to have the knowledge, to summon up the courage to accomplish this seemingly insurmountable task of making a city livable, just livable? There was a palace that was a city. It was a palace. It was a palace, and it can be a palace again. A palace in which there is no king or queen or dukes or earls or princes, but subjects, all subjects, beholden to each other to make a better place to live. Is that too much to ask? Are we asking too much for that? Is it beyond our reach? Because if it is, then we are nothing but sheep being herded to the final slaughterhouse. I will not go down that way. I choose to fight back. I choose to rise, not fall. I choose to live, not... That's why I ask you now to join me. Join me. Rise up with me. Rise up on the wings of this slain angel. We'll rebuild on the soul of this little warrior. We will pick up his standard and raise it high. Carry it forward until this city, your city, our city, his city, is a palace again. Is a palace again. I am with you, little James. I am you.
Thank you very much.
Man, thou art dust, and to dust thou shalt return.
Mrs. Santos, if there's anything I can do, please feel free to call.
Thanks for the words.
It's the least we can do.
Good morning. Where's the mayor?
He had to go to Washington this morning on convention business.
A detective killed in the line of duty, rates an inspector's funeral, and that includes the mayor.
Let me assure you that the mayor's absence in no way diminishes his concern for Mrs. Santos and her children.
Where did they get all that stuff from in the newspapers? At school, they tell my little girl her daddy was a drug dealer.
I'm so sorry. We'll get our press people right on it.
Never mind the newspapers. What about internal affairs? What are those clowns out there doing?
The mayor understands the implications this morning of the state trooper's discovery in Ulster County, but he would like to stress that these are implications only. Moreover, until a connection can be made between Detective Santos and the $40,000...
$40,000 in a cop strong box. Come on, got it?
Can you believe this shit?
No.
We never even set foot in that dump after Eddie's father died. It's full of hornets' nests.
Yeah, busy hornets.
And never in our life did we see $4,000 cash, much less 40. Hello?
There's only two people in this whole world know that's not Eddie's money, you and me.
Who is this?
Vinny Zapati. I can get you out of this. I can get you the pension, the medals, everything got coming to you. You want them?
Sure, I want him.
Good. I like Daddy. And I want to help you, but you gotta help me.
Well, what's that mean?
An airplane ticket and $10,000.
$10,000? For God's sake, I can't...
We're talking about a lot of money. What have you got?
Oh, who the hell are you?
Mary Beth Cogan, Detectives Endowment Association. I represent the Santos family. What have you got?
I'm the one that made the meeting for Eddie with Tino so he can give up what he knew about the judge.
And what was that?
10,000 and a plane ticket. I'll give you the destination later.
Your information is worth nothing unless I can bring a witness.
Deputy Mayor? Oh, what the fuck do I need you for then?
Get smart, Vinny. The only chance you've got.
All right, let's go.
This is Sea Rider?
What? You know boats?
Yeah, I once worked on a swivel like this.
This ain't no Sea Rider. It's a piece of shit. They call it a surf rider. I wanted the Sea Rider, but my uncle wouldn't pop for it.
Your uncle like boats?
Paulie? Paulie wouldn't know a cleaver from a fucking cleat. That was my dream, you know? Free of the Goombas, maybe run a charter in the islands. Eddie Santos was gonna help me with that.
You and Eddie, huh?
Yeah.
That's a strange marriage.
He's only gonna find me clients, and that's it. And I'll tell you something else. If I'd have met him earlier, I'd never be in this fucking mess. If only Tino hadn't whacked Eddie. You know why he was there that morning? Santos was not there to take Tino down. He was only there to get information on the judge. You understand?
How do you know?
I was there that morning.
What information on the judge?
That you get with the 10,000 and a plane ticket. You come up with it by tomorrow. This meeting is adjourned.
Why don't you let us bring you in?
We'll put you in the witness protection program.
Yeah. Well, thanks. I got my own witness protection program.
Told you people not to come up here. We had a long trip for nothing.
Do you want to tell me the truth now, Mr. Wigley, or would you like to do it under oath?
You looking to grow a pair of brass balls, miss?
No, thank you. I'm doing well enough without them. So do you want a subpoena, or may we continue?
What brought you up here from Leonard Street, Mr. Wakely?
New York State parole officer. Better pay, better pension.
Nicer surroundings.
You think so?
What happened to Tino Zapati?
He's dead, isn't he?
Talking about 2 years ago.
He got probation.
What sentence did you recommend?
10 to 20. I saw the rap sheet. Tino was pushing drugs to kids. Not doing it himself, but having the kids deal for him. Weapon from a previous homicide. Disappeared in the second report.
Who ordered it?
That I don't know.
Why didn't you ask?
Sudden urge overcame me to move to the country, and I forgot all about it. Now, if you excuse me, you people had better get out of here. My lumbago tells me that snow is coming. You better hurry. Buffalo gets socked in pretty fast.
Thank you for your time.
Regrets are pathetic, aren't they? I was tired of being the white shoe litigator, defending the arbitrageurs and the 80s go-go boys. All it took was $50,000 to change my life. 50,000 and the judgeship was mine. Absurd, isn't it?
The mayor's always had the highest regard for you, Judge.
I for him.
Your resignation in about 6 months would be appropriate.
Six months, did you say? How about 6 hours?
This is the scene this morning outside the district attorney's office where several city officials have been brought in for questioning in the rapidly developing story surrounding the resignation of Judge Walter Stern.
Where you been? I was looking for you half an hour ago.
Trying to get through to Senator Marquand.
Well, he got through to me.
Yeah?
They're moving the convention to Miami.
Miami? Why?
They like Miami. Lots of glamour. You got Whoopi Goldberg, Madonna just bought houses in South Beach. Who knows? Maybe we can nominate them.
Thought it was all cut.
Cut, not cut. Politics, Pappy. Nothing's cut.
Where are you going?
I'm going to pay my respects to Nettie Anselmo.
Do you think that's wise?
What's wise got to do with it?
Because the perception's going to...
Oh, fuck perception. Perception. Talking Menschkeit. Stuff between men. You know, the there that's there, the 1,000 telephone calls, the bouquets, and the brickbats. The space between a handshake. You know, stuff that goes with you to your grave.
The space between a handshake for right and wrong?
Why are you pressing me tonight? What's up?
I'm looking for an answer.
You want an answer? Okay, Pappy. Think of it as colors. There's black and there's white. And in between is mostly gray. That's us. Now, gray is a tough color because it's not as simple as black and white. And for the media, certainly not as interesting. But it's who we are.
What are you gonna do now?
You mean we? We're gonna fight the sons of bitches. We're gonna come out swinging. We're gonna tell them, hey, we're only human. Everybody makes mistakes. Frank Anselmo is dead. He was a friend. But the last of the clubhouse bosses is gone. We're gonna clean up the Augean stables. We're gonna show up in Miami, have them on their knees, begging me to make the keynote speech.
And then?
A short sojourn to Albany, followed by a long one at the White House.
If I didn't know better, I'd be bursting with admiration. I thought I'd come in here and find you on your knees. Instead, you're ready to turn adversity into triumph.
Oh, that's just a reflex. An old habit of mine. But it's still good to hear you say it. The way you say it, too. Adversity into triumph. It's good to know you still believe in me.
Did I say that?
I don't know, that's why I thought you did. Don't fathers listen to their sons? How is your father these days? I haven't heard you mention him for quite a while. Where is he?
He's in a nursing home in Crowley, Louisiana. Plays dominoes with orderlies. Fulminates over a scream of weed.
Don't be too hard on him. We can't dictate our finishes, you know.
I don't like the sound of that.
Of course you don't. Because underneath all that need to believe, under all the concrete you poured into my pedestal, something is crying to get out.
What?
You know I called Judge Walter Studd.
Yes.
Anselmo called me. I knew the mafioso had called him, but in this business you don't trade names. And I called Walter. That's all there was to it. I was doing Anselmo a favor. Run caution lights all my life.
This time you ran a red, and someone cut across the intersection. A cop and a 6-year-old child.
It's with me forever.
That's not good enough.
Not good enough. Ugh. You think I don't know that?
I hope so, John.
Scares me when you call me John.
Yeah, why's that?
Because I thought a minute ago we were off to the White House. I thought I could feel you come aboard. You know, the old Menschkeit.
Horseshit. Menschkeit is horseshit. It's 120 years of graft, and sweetheart contracts, and feather beds, and inside information, and golden parachutes, and everywhere people in power gather up to carve up the turf. That's your Menschkeit. It's horseshit. And you know where you can put it. Maybe spread it out all over the fields. We cross our fingers, get a little rain, maybe a flower will grow.
It has. Out of all this crap, you emerged. You're the only voter I ever killed.
I'm getting that old con feeling, John. Like you copping a plea.
No, come on, no plea. I'm just a Paul who kept rolling along until he ran into a stone wall. You were that wall. And I realized, just like me when I was a kid. Young, ambitious, go-getter, but fair. Trading up, of course, but always for the right causes. You're doing good. You're not putting money in your pocket. You're just trying to maintain your position, your power. Because what good are you to the people without it? But down deep, you know, there's a line you can't cross. And after 1,000 trades, one deal too many, the line gets rubbed out.
Calhoun. How about some of this literature? Kevin Calhoun. How are you, sir? Good afternoon, ma'am. Kevin Calhoun. I'm running for 6th District in this primary. And we got some important issues. We need to clean this place up and turn it into a strip mall. Love your vote. Hey, Kevin Calhoun, how you doing? I'm running for city council. Hello, ma'am. Kevin Calhoun. I'm running for city council.
Great. I'll vote for you.
Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am. We'll be voting the upcoming primary.
You're running in the 6th District, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
6th District is my district. And I'm very interested in who's going to be representing me.
Well, I'm interested that you're interested. As Huey Long once said, and I quote, if you got a friend, you got a vote.
Oh, did he say that?
Yeah, he sure did. He also told me to move to the 6th District so I could run in. He said the people are real special. So do I have your vote?
You can count on it.
Well, that's one.
No, more than one, actually. I hear Elaine Santos is ready to stand up for you.
Sounds like a groundswell.
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you I won.
Kevin Calhoun.
But I got thrashed by a Dominican from 104th Street. I got branded an outsider and I was never in it. But I'll be back in 2 years, and I'll win. You know why? I'm willing to be lucky. And if you're willing to be lucky, New York will give you a chance.